The sun over Ajegunle was already harsh when Zahara Nkemdilim Okeke opened her eyes. The two-room apartment smelled of kerosene and leftover ofada rice. Jaden and Arya still slept beside her on the thin mattress. She tied her wrapper, washed her face, and stepped into the noisy compound. Kaelum Chukwuma Okeke, her husband of 8 years, had changed. The man who once woke her with soft kisses now spent nights staring at his phone, talking about greener pastures. That evening he sat opposite her on the wooden bench. Zahara, I don't get admission. University of Manchester. Masters in Business. 2 years. Her heart jumped. How much? Almost £40,000. We go sell the Abadan land. Chief Remy go help with the rest. Zahara looked at her sleeping children, Jaden's torn sandals, Arya's faded uniform. She swallowed her fear. Okay. I go support you. But promise you no go forget us. He held her face. You are my home. The next months were pure sacrifice. Zahara sold her late mother's gold earrings. She stopped eating meat so the children could have fish. She worked double shifts selling second-hand clothes until her feet cracked. Bolanel shook her head. This man better no disappoint you. Oh. The night before his flight, the compound gathered. Pastor Gideon anointed Kaelum. Mom and Kiru prayed loudly. At the airport Zahara forced a smile as he walked through the gate. Go and shine. We go day wait. She turned away quickly so the children would not see her tears. The first months nearly broke her. Money finished fast. Zahara woke at 4 a.m. to fry akra, then rushed to the market. Jaden fetched water. Arya folded clothes. Every Sunday she video called Kaelum. At first he answered, smiling, showing her snow. Then the calls reduced. Once a week became once in 2 weeks. Sometimes only a cold text, exam day. I go call later. Later never came. When Arya had malaria and the hospital bill almost finished her savings, Zahara sat on the floor and cried. She looked at their wedding pictures and whispered, please no forget me. In Manchester, Kaelum was no longer the same. Loneliness and new friends changed him. At a student party he met Isadora Nneoma Fontaine, tall, light-skinned, soft French accent, Nigerian blood from her mother. She made him feel like a king. The first kiss brought guilt. The second less. By the 3rd month he stopped answering Zahara completely. Back home Mom and Kiru visited with sharp words. My son no day call you again. Whatten you do am? Zahara bit her tongue. Bolanel was direct. Open your eyes. Men way go abroad day change. One afternoon a strange message arrived. Ask your husband who Isadora is. Zahara deleted it, heart pounding. That night she called 27 times. He finally answered, voice cold. Stop disturbing me. I go come back when I ready. The line died. Something inside Zahara hardened. Zahara's body grew thinner but her spirit refused to break. She joined a thrift cooperative, expanded her second-hand clothes business, and people began calling her Madame Zahara the fashion queen. The children ate better. Jaden's results improved. Yet every night she stared at her phone, waiting for the green light that never came. She sent voice notes about Jaden's first position and Arya's drawings. No reply. Mom and Kiru's visits grew more poisonous. Chief Remy looked away whenever she asked about Kaelum. Bolanel held her hand one rainy night. My friend, prepare your heart. Something no correct. Zahara still defended him in public, but alone she cried until her eyes swelled. The woman who once believed in forever was slowly learning that forever could die in silence. 2 years and 3 months later a short text arrived. I land tomorrow. Murtala Muhammad. 2 p.m. Zahara cleaned the house until it shone. She cooked jollof, fried chicken, mwah and cold zobo. She dressed the children in their best. Jaden practiced asking for a football. Arya practiced welcome daddy. At the airport her heart raced. When Kaelum walked out she almost ran to him until she saw the woman beside him. Isadora Nneoma Fontaine. Designer handbag. Wedding ring glittering. Kaelum's face was blank. Zahara, this is my wife, Isadora. We married in Manchester 6 months ago. The world stopped. Jaden looked confused. Arya began to cry. Kaelum, whatten you day talk? He did not answer. He turned to the officials. Help my wife with the luggage. Then he looked at Zahara coldly. The house is no longer yours. I have changed the locks. Collect your things tomorrow. Isadora smiled politely. I'm sorry. But we are starting a new life. They walked past her. Travelers stared. Someone whispered, this one na real Nollywood. That night Zahara and the children slept on the floor of Bolanel's shop. Morning came with a shiny new padlock on the old wooden door. Mom and Kiru stood outside, arms folded. My son Don marry better woman. You know fit give him another male child. Isadora Don already pregnant. Zahara's voice was quiet but dangerous. I sold my gold, my peace, 3 years of my life. And this is how one a day do me? Chief Remy arrived looking ashamed. The house is in his name. Barrister Toby Alade, a young lawyer Bolanel knew, examined the papers that evening. You contributed money. You have children. Nigerian law no go allow him throw you away like rubbish. We go fight. Zahara looked at her children sleeping on the shop floor and whispered, I no go give up. News spread through Ajegunle like fire. Market women brought food and support. Some men shook their heads and called Kaelum Oyinbo nonsense. Kaelum and Isadora moved to a rented flat in Lekki. He blocked Zahara's number. When she went to his new office, security turned her away. Jaden stopped smiling. Arya started wetting the bed again. Zahara's body weakened from stress, but her eyes stayed fierce. One night Bolanel held her tightly. Cry finished today. Tomorrow we go war. Zahara wiped her face and nodded. The soft woman who once waited by the phone was gone. A different woman had taken her place. The case went to court. Barrister Toby presented evidence of Zahara's financial contributions, the children's birth certificates, and old messages where Kaelum still called her my wife months after marrying Isadora. Isadora sat looking elegant and bored. Kaelum refused to meet Zahara's eyes. Pastor Gideon called a family meeting at the church. Mom and Kira shouted. Chief Remy begged. Kaelum stood and said, I have moved on. She should also move on. Zahara rose slowly, voice clear and strong. The same mouth that promised me heaven is the same mouth that locked me and your children outside. God go judge you. But me, I no go die. My children go shine more than your new marriage. The church fell silent. Barrister Toby dug deeper. Isadora was still legally married in France. Her marriage to Kaelum was invalid under Nigerian law. Worse, Kaelum had been sending money to her account while Zahara struggled to feed the children. When the truth exploded, Isadora vanished from Lagos within 48 hours, leaving Kaelum alone and exposed. Mom and Kiru finally broke. She came to the shop, eyes red. My daughter, forgive us. I know no say the girl be 419. Zahara looked at her without hatred, only tiredness. Mama, the damage done already happen. One rainy night Kaelum appeared outside Bolanel's shop, soaked and broken. Zahara. I make mistake, please take me back. She stared at him for a long time. The man who once held her face and called her his home now looked small. The day you locked me and your children outside, you killed the woman that loved you, she said quietly. That woman is dead. The woman standing here now is different. I forgive you for my peace, but I no go collect you back. She closed the door gently in his face. Rain poured. Neon lights reflected on the wet ground. Kaelum stood alone. 6 months later Zahara's second-hand clothes business had become a full-fashion boutique in Surulere. She named it Zahara's Crown. Jaden and Arya attended a better school. Barrister Toby became a close friend, and later something more. Kaelum lost his job and returned to the same Ajegunle streets he once ran from. Mom and Kira visited often, quiet and regretful. One golden evening, as Zahara locked the boutique, Jaden held her hand. Mummy, you are the strongest person I know. Zahara smiled, tears in her eyes. My children, never let anybody make you feel small. Even if the whole world locks you out, you still get the key to your own destiny. The sun set over Lagos, painting the sky the color of hope.